Hey guys, welcome back to Online Courses Academy, where you'll learn how to turn your expertise into a highly profitable online course. And today is episode number 4, where we're talking about the third and final stage of the course creation strategy process. And this whole series has been about the 3 key objectives that you need to focus on for creating the most profitable and lucrative revenue stream for your online courses and programs. That is objective number 1, to sell your program, objective number 2, deliver results, and objective number 3, to maximize profits. So this, of course, is my favorite because where we get to see the ROI on all the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into creating this amazing program. So a lot of times when people are looking to grow a business, they're only thinking about bringing on new sales or increasing their customers. When in reality, one of the most effective ways that you can do this is by increasing the frequency of purchase and increasing the transaction value of your current customers. Because we all know that selling to an existing customer is so much less expensive than spending the money to acquire a new one. On top of that, you already have the relationship and you want to be able to continue to serve them along that customer's journey. So, what we're going to be focusing on today is your product suite strategy. But before we dive into that, I want to share a quick example that really illustrates how you can incorporate this within your courses and programs. So a lot of times people ask me, how can I sell a premium price product or a high-end mastermind after that initial product? And of course I could sit here and give you a bunch of strategies and tactics and sales funnels that you could implement. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to is whether or not you produce those results for your customers that you promise you deliver during that initial program. And my example that I wanted to share here is a program that I purchased in 2015 called the 90-Day Year. And during this time span of about 6 months, I quadrupled my revenue. So when Todd Herman, who's the creator of 90-Day Year, offered the opportunity to work with him on a more intensive basis for a year long, I didn't even have to question whether or not this was the right decision for me. So I quickly raised my hand and was like, yes, I'm in. So just to give a little bit more context to the significance of this investment, the amount of the program cost more than I had made the entire year prior in my business. So it was by all means not an inexpensive program. Now there was no elaborate sales funnel and there was hardly even a sales pitch. I just knew what I achieved and I trusted that he would be able to produce those same results in that year-long program, which I was 100% accurate on. Now I'm going to go ahead and list out what I consider to be a full product suite for your courses, and then I'll dive in a little bit more depth into each of these. So number 1 is your lead magnet. Number 2 is a tripwire or low price offer. Number 3 is your core product. Number 4 is a VIP offer. Number 5 is your premium price product. Number 6 is additional products and programs. And number 7 is a continuity program. So let's dive into your product suite strategy and how you can maximize your customer lifetime value. This is a spreadsheet that I use with my VIP day clients where we're formulating their product suite. And the way it works is that I have each of the product offers listed here, a column for the price, a column for estimated sales, and then it will calculate the projected revenue. Now, the first 2 items here are really part of the selling stage, but I wanted to include it here so you had a visual of the whole picture. The first is your lead magnets and launch, and this is the value that you're offering in return for someone to join your email list. While there's no immediate return, you'll see that this does have a very high value and is critical to your strategy. Second is some people offer a tripwire product, which is a low price offer. And the biggest advantage of selling a tripwire product isn't the revenue that you necessarily generate, but it's that this money can be used to fund your ad campaigns. If you can ensure that 1 out of 10 people purchase that tripwire, you now can calculate how much money you can reinvest back into your ads and essentially continue to scale them as long as your conversion rate stays where it needs to be. So if you're able to break even and just make back the money that you spent on the ads, you are in a very, very good place. Next up on the list is your core offer, and this is your primary course or program that you're selling. Now when it comes to sales, it's really a numbers game. You can expect a certain percentage of people who opt in for your list to convert into sales. But that conversion rate is going to be determined by everything else that we discussed in the part 1 video covering the selling objective. How well you've identified your target market in the validation stage, growing your tribe, your sales funnel, how you craft your offer, your messaging, and your visual presence and authority. So if you have a 1% conversion rate and you have 1,000 people who enter into your sales funnel, that would result in 10 sales. If your course was $1,000, then this would generate $10,000. However, if you can increase that conversion rate, say from 1% to 2%, This doubles your revenue to $20,000. And now if you can increase your opt-ins as well from 1,000 to 5,000 by running an ad campaign, now we're looking at $100,000 in revenue. And if you can increase that opt-in even further by launching an affiliate campaign and bringing in 10,000 opt-ins, now you're at $200,000. And this is good, but when you can start to incorporate these other components within your product suite, things can really change pretty dramatically. First up is your VIP offer. And as crazy as it may sound, there's typically always a percentage of your audience that want to spend more. They either want a higher level of access to you, a one-on-one review, sometimes they just want the prestige. Because of this, I always recommend including a much higher priced VIP offer on your sales page that's shown right before the core offer or to the left of it. One of the common numbers I've seen recently for premium price courses is $2,000 for the main course, and then there's a $10,000 VIP offer. Now this does two things. One, it can obviously increase your revenue if you sell some of them, but even more importantly, it serves as a price anchor. Price anchoring is a cognitive bias that describes how people tend to rely too heavily on the first piece of information offered when making decisions. So when you see a $10,000 VIP offer first, now all of a sudden that $2,000 price point seems so much more reasonable than it would have otherwise. I know it sounds crazy, but it really does work. And retail stores have been using this strategy since the beginning of time. Now we already saw how much of an impact an increase in conversion rate can make by altering the number here. So anything that increases this, even by a slight amount, is an important thing to take into consideration. Okay, so moving on to your upsell offer. And an upsell offer is another product that you can offer immediately after that initial sale. So after someone makes the purchase, they're redirected to the thank you page, which then presents a second offer to them. And typically the price point for your upsell offer is around 20 to 30% of your core offer. So if you have a course that's selling at $1,000, the price of that upsell offer would be around $200. Now you don't want the upsell offer to be completely random, like, oh, this iPad, when you're selling a course on personal branding. You want it to be something that's aligned with your core product. One example of this is if you're selling a course on Instagram marketing. Your upsell could be a package of stock photos and captions that they could use throughout their posts. So it stays aligned with what that core program is, but it definitely adds a lot more value. Now your downsell offer is for the people that did not purchase your core program. So maybe it was outside their budget or they only needed a part of that program. If you can find a way to offer a smaller version of the product or just one piece of it that you can sell at a lower price point, this is a great way to capture some of those sales that would have been lost. Next is your premium offer. And the example I used earlier with the year-long intensive program would be a great example of a premium offer. It could also be done-for-you services, one-on-one coaching, or a lot of other variations here, but it's at a much higher price point than your core program. On top of this, you also want to consider additional products that you can offer to your customer base. So when you're mapping out your product offerings, you want to think about the entire customer lifetime journey. And if your customer is successful in reaching the result that you promised in that core product, what is going to be a new problem that they face? Because we never escape problems, they just change. For example, if a problem right now for you in business is that you don't have enough revenue coming in, you're going to be focused on how to increase sales and profits. Whereas if your company just starts to skyrocket and you have more sales that you can handle coming in, now you have a whole other set of problems. You have to figure out how you can handle this large workload when you only have limited resources. So now hiring a team could be a new problem that you're facing. The second to last type of product that I want to mention here is a continuity program, meaning a program that you're selling on a subscription model, like a membership site. And when I was at Traffic and Conversion this past year, I believe it was Perry who mentioned that if you're planning on selling your business, a company is valued at over 4 times the amount when it has a continuity model in place. And last but not least, I want to mention affiliate sales. So there's probably a lot of different services or skill sets or things that your clients need that you don't necessarily offer. But this is a great opportunity to form strategic partnerships with other people that do, and then earn a commission for selling any of those programs to your client base. Now, if you're really serious about scaling your business through online courses and programs, I'd love to invite you to join me in Online Courses Academy, which is a full implementation program that guides you through each stage of the course creation process. I would love to be your coach along this journey, so go ahead and check it out. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I love having you here. And if you enjoyed this, share it with your friends, leave a comment, and I can't wait to see you next time. Get immediate access to the Ultimate Online Course Toolkit, a free membership filled with training, tips, and strategies on how to create a highly profitable online course. Visit onlinecoursemastermind.com to get started, and I'll see you on the inside.